Thank you for joining us, Mr. Gohar. How would you comment on Nawaz's statement that his party is not threatened by contacts between the PPP and the PML-Q?
Well, I mean, what else can he say?
Do you think his assurance is just a facade?
Well, I mean, if they were not threatened, why would they call urgently all those meetings yesterday? And the party high command, of course they have to put up a facade. Any other party would put up the same facade. You and I would put up the same facade if we were threatened in any way. You can't show weakness. You can't show concern or worry.
Okay, and how do you foresee the future of politics in the country?
It's very dim. It always has been very dim. Under this system, it can never be good. But this time it is dimmer than I had ever even imagined. And the game that is going on is not, it's a dirty game. I think they're trying to, make sure that the numbers are there of this government, of this executive, if the MQM pulls out. Secondly, they're trying to muster up the numbers if they take the executive order reappointing the Supreme Court and High Court judges to Parliament, because then they need a simple majority. They're not sure if the MQM will vote with them in this scenario, or even the ANP or the JUI. So they're trying to muster those numbers. And third, of course, is the obvious threat to Nawaz Sharif, that together they can form a majority in the Punjab Assembly with maybe one or two other recalcitrants and so on and so forth. So they could even, you remember when they were going to form the government in the Punjab, in the early days, there was a talk of this other option, of a PML-Q People's Party government over there.
Yes.
And so that they can try that also. So, you know, right now it is pretty diabolical what is happening. But then, you know, I mean, this is our politics. What we've proved is there are just no principles. And there is no belief system within which they operate. And this is what we are now facing. I mean, I read I think in Dawn, an editorial headline, unlikely bedfellows. Certainly they are unlikely bedfellows. But they are much less unlikely than PML-N and the People's Party. You remember how they were at each other's throats before 99.
Right.
One arrested the other's husband, the other arrested the other's father, and did all these cases against them which came to nothing. And, you know, so, I mean, there's no such thing as unlikely bedfellows in Pakistani politics.
Right. And Nawaz Sharif has also said that terrorism in Pakistan is a result of one-man rule. What do you make of this statement?
See, again, this is nonsense. You see, Mr. Nawaz Sharif unfortunately got frozen in time on the 12th of October 1999. And he can't get Musharraf out of his mind. He conveniently forgets that it was he who brought Musharraf to us. If he had not hijacked that plane and that all drama, Musharraf would never have come in. The army would never have moved. They reacted to him. So, you know, he should stop doing that. I mean, I just read on your own TV just now a strip where he says Musharraf embezzled money out of the aid for the earthquake. I mean, you know, problem with him is one shouldn't say this about such a big leader. But the problem with him, he doesn't think about it. His brain follows his tongue, unfortunately. And, I mean, when he talks of one-man rule, what do you think his second term was? It was a complete dictatorship because he had that two-thirds majority and he was steamrollering things through Parliament. I mean, some things would pass within minutes. Right. That was one-man rule. And, you know, I mean, is this one-man rule? This is not one-man rule. Okay, the president is the head honcho. He symbolizes the federation, but he is certainly exercising a lot of powers in the executive that the prime minister should be doing. But that comes by virtue of his being head of the party. But that is for them to sort out. But I mean, one-man rule is bad. But, you know, we've had every rule because we are basically a people who like to follow dynasties. We like to have a Badshah, a king or a queen heading us. And then that really becomes, even under a so-called democratic dispensation, it becomes de facto a one-man rule.
True. Well, thank you very much for talking to Express 24/7.